was the center of this piece from the very beginning.
Love and Death. I filmed in Budapest, and when I came back from work each night, there was absolutely nothing to do.
Unfortunately, it's the same period that I was married, and it seems like a very negative comment.
But you say not one Jew was killed. Yes.
Of the Senate Judiciary Committee. I saw the Supreme Court's 5-4 decision last week in Citizens United versus Federal Election Commission. That decision threatens to allow corporations to drown out the individual voices of hard-working Americans in our elections.
I think that this film was more demanding on Harrison from a physical standpoint than the other three movies were. But there were things because of new, safety devices, harnesses and wires that we digitally removed later on, which allowed Harrison to do some death-defying stunts, but always keeping him safe.
Ab City, the Russian army occupied it, so I would come back to my hotel and read Moby Dick, and I started and finished it while I was shooting Love and Death in Budapest, and liked it very, very much. But I never would have thought I would have loved anything at all that remotely revolved around whaling.
They came down with the rulings about social redeeming factor. If we did not have the law to force guidelines upon us, films such as children's films, animal films, snuff films, there wouldn't be any legality involving that whatsoever. There wouldn't be any stopgaps. There wouldn't be any don't do this, don't do that.
And the Supreme Court reached an unnecessary and improper decision that's going to distort future elections. The Citizens United decision turns the idea of government of, by, and for the people on its head. It creates new rights for Wall Street at the expense of Main Street.
But you say not one Jew was killed.
In gas chambers.
So there was no gas chambers.
The Citizens United decision turns the idea of government of.
And it was when I was watching dailies on Disturbia that I knew he was going to be Mutt in these four. I said, there's just no doubt about it, that's who it's going to be. I sent George Lucas dailies.
Being stuck in a situation where suddenly I have to stop being Peter Pan. I have to stop I have to grow up and be responsible. And
letters from the Midwest, from New York, from all over the world, Japan, Germany, couples that have been married any number of years with children.
Well, I think I'm not a good actor, but that I can do, and I played that one little thing that I can do well, that is a neurotic character, so effectively that people tend to think I'm neurotic in my life, when in fact.
And then I found out it's been suspended because the hacker used it to fucking spam credits out. Are you fucking serious? So pissed off, I'm so...
Being stuck in a situation where suddenly I have to stop being...
Harrison was the center of this piece from the very beginning.
With sex, or watching these films and using them as a stepping stone toward their own sexuality.
And the Supreme Court reached an unnecessary and improper decision that's going to distort future elections. The Citizens United decision turns the idea of government of, by, and for the people on its head. It creates new rights for Wall Street